Yes. Okay, my mic's on. This is Newbee versus IG. We are in the lower bracket. This is going to be a best of 3. Loser is eliminated. LD is doing
important stuff. Like being in Lich's coffin. Getting dumpstered to the bottomless pit. Anyways, we do have a draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the Chinese feed. They have way more cool, awesome graphics than we have here.
Yep.
And I like their stats.
Better legs than we do here as well.
Who pays attention to that?
I mean,
I was being facetious.
More refined tastes. People with more refined tastes.
What's your taste?
I mean, you know I'm about them waifu, so. My occupation, or my
your occupation, is being about waifus.
Yes.
We got it. We got it.
This is my side hustle, as they call it. Casting some
Can you
Dotas.
put that in your Twitter profile?
Side hustle, casting Dota?
Occupation, hunting for waifus. Side hustle, casting Dota.
I don't know if my girlfriend would appreciate that.
It's just a side hustle.
No, about my main hustle. I don't know if she appreciates
it's just a main hustle.
Oh, man. All right. So I think one thing that we saw yesterday was the Chinese teams really like the Shaman pushes.
Mm-hmm.
Shaman plus, I think, Void was the combo, and it was really hard. When OGD executed, it was really hard for the enemy team to defend.
Faith ain't no DDC, though.
Bro, you hating?
DDC is way better than Faith.
I mean, Faith got that 12-minute Midas, and then fed super hard after that.
I've never been super impressed by Faith's plays. Like, oh my god, Faith just did so much. And you might say, yeah, he's position 5, but if you saw DDC yesterday, that guy is completely legit, and I can totally see why Faith is trying to imitate DDC.
I mean, he provides the team different things. You know, being that TI winner.
Non-flashy plays?
That experience, dude.
A lack of farm? A wasted Midas? Yeah, those are. He does provide those.
I thought I was the resident flamethrower.
No, you don't hate on the Chinese teams. That's why I'm here.
Okay, to balance things out. I mean, it wasn't like I was hating on OG or AG, so I don't know why you think I'm hating at all.
That's LD's line.
I see.
Anyways, we do see Invictus Gaming still go back for the Warlock. A lot of teams don't like that as a position 5. It's been a lot more like Dazzle Oracle, I would say. Because Warlock's save, I would say, is not as good. The Rock's pretty good, but it only stuns everyone for a second as opposed to actually saving a hero.
It seems like the Warlock we've seen this game, this tournament, just have trouble being at the fights more than, like, you know, the cooldown and stuff, right? I think the 1 or 2 Warlock... Well, no, it's like he's just late. So I feel like the coordination needs to be pretty top-notch.
Have you played War like that? It's hard to follow people around, man. You're slow. You don't. It's hard to afford win lace.
I mean, the only time I ever get to play Warlock is when I random, and then I hit that repick button. So nobody want to play Warlock. Can you check by the way if IG had burning on off lane in the series yesterday?
Let us see. Burning was playing safe lane. And he was also playing safe lane.
So what are the heroes that he played yesterday?
Troll.
Okay.
And Troll.
All right. They had some falafel, because I remember seeing him on the TIE Hunter like 2 days ago.
No, sorry. Troll and Weaver. Yeah, well, that was one game. They lost. It went miserably. Wow.
That is a big yawn.
Yeah.
I believe that's not Q. That's XSS, I think?
No, XSS is Tiny Boy.
Oh.
In the middle. Q's in the middle. Q's the third person.
Who is that?
OP.
OP? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. They're actually all Newbee. No, I'm kidding.
No. This is not Newbee.
I know. I was joking.
You got me good for a second. OP, yeah, I think he's OP. Alright, anyways.
Back to the draft.
Back to the good stuff.
IG have been running strange strats, I would say. Another time they pick like Slark and just got destroyed.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, I like the pan away to the water, and back to burning, and then to the water again.
Radiant team pick.
I hope there's commentary to go with this.
I'm pretty sure there was. I don't know if the cameraman is thirsty. He's like hinting to.
Do they always focus in on SCCC?
Do you like the starting with the eyes?
What else would you start? Like the forehead, the
I mean,
nose,
you gotta
the
zoom.
lips?
You gotta zoom pretty in to start with the eyes.
The eyes are the most intense. You can
He
see
has
if-
a very intense look overall.
Mhm. It's important. You
It's like
can see if there's like fear in his eyes, if he's like yelling at his team, if there's anger, if there's regret.
So you know, like a couple of days ago, we were talking about looking at the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure when he looks at his teacher, you know, his teacher is like getting a little scared inside.
Is he graduated? He's done with school.
Yeah,
man.
when he's younger, you know.
I don't know if he had that sort of confidence when he was younger.
Who knows?
The military made him a hard man.
All right, Weaver, third pick. Burning, I think traditionally very good at on the hero because he's already one of those cores that don't get caught too much, and you put him on a hero that has the innate getaway ability, good. But that Petroleum Seeker, man, good counter.
I doubt that Newbee would pick it. They have not played it in any of their series, instead opting for far more team fight with Death Prophet and Faceless Void. However, both of those are banned, so they don't have great setup for the Sand King in this game. They have Love the Quap, but their win rate is not the highest. They did drop both games in their series versus LGD Forever Young off the back of SCCC Quap.
Right, one of the game, the Quap did get countered by, in fact, Petroleum Seeker. Straight up got ruptured, and then the Quap just stood there, scratching her head.
Yeah.
10 seconds
It's
remaining.
pretty hard. He also went for Link, or wait, what was the build that he went for that game? I don't think he went the anti-Bloodseeker build.
I remember she had a BKB, and then I was like...
She went Orchid BKB.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything versus Bloodseeker.
Exactly.
You need like Blade Mail plus Veil and just kill him.
Or Yules, I've seen it.
Yeah, Yules is pretty good too.
Delay.
But
Yo, you know the next strat is getting that Aether Lens. Just blink. Super far away. Huh?
oh,
Dude.
You're on something, or you're just on something.
Either way.
Odie's looking to be a lot. It's pretty good here. Kill the Golem, dodge Kunkka combos. Good partner with Omni Knight.
Double
Nyx
up on
is-
the save.
Nyx is banned out. Yeah, it's all.
Omni's good save. OD's good save.
Dragon Knight.
Good against DK.
Turn to pick.
I'd be totally down for OD right now, but their team fight's still
Why
not that
isn't
great.
OD picked that often anymore? I felt like he used to be a very good mid. And then Dispatch, it's just like Dunzo.
I don't think his team fight's that great. There's
Did
like so
he
many
get
AoE
changed?
ultimates.
Did he get nerfed?
Remaining.
If he did, it was hardly a nerf.
5 seconds remaining.
Because you would imagine that extra creep in the mid lane would benefit a hero like that too, or
Reserve time.
It's a little bit hard for him to push out the waves.
he's got that Astro, man.
Yeah, he does have Astral, but that's also his save and his setup.
All right, what is the?
He didn't get changed until 7.06. He did get that buff with the Ags too, which I've heard was pretty good, but I haven't actually seen it.
Oh, the multiple Astro, and they do stack.
Yeah, the 2-charge Astral.
Yeah. All right, my teammate one of the games got it, and it was like super obnoxious because like you just get to use your Astro as a save and an offensive spell.
It's pretty expensive though, 4,200.
It is, but then I believe it recharges faster as well. So in a longer team fight, you're just able to get off like 3 to 4 Astro.
It makes it cool down longer.
5 seconds remaining.
It's 12-second replenish instead of 10, but it does increase the
The
cast
number of
range.
times you could use it.
Team back.
Sorry, it does not recharge faster. It's just that my ally in that one game was able to get out so many Astro that it felt like it was just recharging faster. All right, Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining.
A fair amount of push. Omni Knight is not actually
5
typically
seconds
seen with
remaining.
Terrorblade too much. We see a lot more.
The OD ban.
What, Dazzle, I would say?
Turn to
OD has
ban.
been banned out, okay.
I mean, this game IG just don't really have any good bursts, right? So
No.
I feel like Sunder is almost always coming out unless there's some really good change done. But you got the Repel to help out with that.
Yeah, and they can't pick Lina anymore. Lina's probably one of the better mids versus to deal with terribly into the later game, and Zeus would have been phenomenal for them.
Yep.
Although I don't think they would have picked it because it does not sound like an XSS hero.
Offlane Zeus, dude. We seen him flame feed offlane hard, and still got carried by his team. So.
IG, I would say, has a way smaller pool though for XSS
10 seconds
in
remaining.
his.
Imba Spirit.
Is it Enigma time? Because I feel like Enigma BKB does not get countered at all. You get a full duration black hole every time.
I like it.
Let's go.
Magnus, not so great with the cores that they have. Tidehunter, I don't think they have enough follow-up for Tidehunter ulti. Like, there are 2 other cores, Weaver and Dragonite, not the best to follow up after a Ravage, especially if you need to burst it terribly down. I do like the Enigma more so than the other ones.
Got him.
Got him.
I mean, I don't think there was much option.
I do think that they should have banned out the Enigma, though, over the Zeus. Because I think that IG... Oh, actually, they did pick Zeus
I think offlane Zeus is not bad. I'm a fan.
Yeah, but they actually picked it for Burning. I think XSS and Burning have very different playstyles in that offlane. Anyways, on to our next lower bracket game.
Sorry, I'm not used to LD's mouse sensitivity.
You can change it.
Yeah, I'm...
You can swap to me if you like.
Nah, I got this.
Well, while you change your options.
On my spare time, I do a little bit of a...
Okay.
No, I got it. It's
Oh,
already
you already
changed.
cha-
I'm just clicking the mouse.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Back to me.
5
Excellent.
seconds remaining.
On my spare time, I do a little bit of observing when I do cast my side hustle.
Side hustle. How many side hustles is one allowed to have?
There's no limit, right? Is there any...
Isn't there like diminishing returns on side hustles? It's at a point where if it's so small you can't call it a side hustle anymore. It's like a mini hustle.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
know.
so. Yeah, I guess if you have too many side hustles, you're just not doing any one of them as good, right? Because your attention span is divided.
It would still make you a hustler though. Well,
Yes.
we're missing LD here, but I hear some sounds.
I hear some sounds too.
Game sounds.
All right, let's go. We in. Do you like Mugi or Unai more? as-
Mugi's way better. Unine's a little awkward to say, and it's not. The origin story of it is terrible.
What is the origin?
If you knew the lore of Unine, it's just it's just a Chinese website. I don't know what the website's about, but it's just some website that he just ripped the name off of.
You know, sometimes he didn't have a good name, so...
I know. They need a Valve's lore writer to draw up a good backstory for Mugi or Unine.
They should just
then
be...
I would like it.
They should just be like Ehom Keen, just like have Chinese characters as their names. So every time I cast them, it's like, how do you say this again? Ning Chen or something like that, or... Yeah. Let's just throw the rest of the world off.
We need some pinyin. They would change it to pinyin, or...
Yeah, Pingying's fine.
Yeah. Can you explain to people what pinyin is, for people that don't know?
Pinyin is essentially like, if you want to pronounce a word in English, you spell it out. And that's like the phonic way to...
Phonetic.
You know what I mean. The way to represent Chinese words. So for example, Shansheng is a pinyin for his like actual Chinese name.
Which
30
is?
seconds to
Shansheng.
Well played.
You're welcome.
Demonstrate by example, sir. That's the way to teach. Kaka, show us how to play Sand King. That is his best hero. I think his Phoenix is also really good, but those two I think are the best. They also just give him Sand King like every single game in. People probably think about banning it out a lot, but looks like he will be off to the races as KP smacks him down.
Swarm as level 1. Okay, they're looking to get a kill. Rune's gonna get taken. That bug is on that Kaka for a long time. Burrow Strike away, gets healed back up. I think if they heal the Faith, they get the kill on Boboka to guarantee the first blood. That was a...
But Kaka would have died.
I think they would got the first blood first, right?
But Kaka would have died.
Worth, I think.
Safety first.
Safety first. I don't know.
So who got the rune? Newbee, 3 out of 4 runes.
Okay.
And Faith giving them business. The business in the mid lane. And that is a super late second set of regen coming up for OP. What happened to his chicken?
Did he get his rune?
He did get the rune.
Okay.
He has a lot of gold, 283. Like, it's not that big a deal, but I think it just opens up the room for chicken sniping.
I think it might have been one of those things that he didn't buy the thing until he started blocking, and once you start blocking,
There's that like 7-second window that you're going
he's
for
watching
the
that
rune.
fight, man. Doesn't that ever happen to you? A fight happens across the map and you're like watching for
That
a
only
bit?
happens when I'm streaming though. If I'm actually in a game, like that fight affects you in like no way whatsoever.
You just yell out commands to give words of encouragement to your allies.
Or you could win
Bro,
your
get
lane.
him. Get that swarm. Yeah. You know? Just go in.
Swarm level 1 I think is better Shikuchi for things
For
like
that
that.
engagement, yeah.
It does a lot of damage, surprising amount.
Alright, Torrent flying out in the mid lane here. There is no Dragon Tail, so just harass coming out from Boboka.
Trying to give him the business. But
That is also giving him the business, the taunt.
that's Kunka's side hustle dancing.
Alright, that's true. What is Enigma's side hustle when he's not creating the universe?
Who knows?
Making some friends? Eidolons?
Cultivating Eidolons.
Yeah.
It's like a brewery. He's a brewer. I could see Enigma crafting some craft beer. Sounds like a good side hustle.
It pays well, I think.
Well, only if it tastes good. Or if he has good advertising. I can't imagine Enigma's a good advertiser, so it'd have to taste good.
Alright, we're getting a little too deep here. Alright, Boboka fake out the Torrent,
The business.
and then side hustles away.
Something I have to say about some of these taunts is that it's very hard to tell where the hero is facing, which is slightly pay to win-ish. If I had to say something was pay to win in this game, like the Life Stealer taunt, the Spirit Breaker taunt,
Anyone
and a
that
little
just-
bit of Kunka's taunt.
Just spins, right? Like the Undying taunt, where
Oh, yeah, the
you're
Undying
literally
taunt too.
spinning all the time.
Yep. Those make it way harder to tell, but it's like you can't really dance if you don't spin. So
I mean,
I
how
don't know how they
important is that the spin thing?
seeing what direction the hero is facing, I think that's pretty important.
All right, well, the direction that DK is facing is towards the base, but he's still dead.
That's because actually I have no reason for this. Oh, Boboka, can you see the patience? Oh,
Did the juke? Sort of, but it worked,
That's the side hustle. Oh my, wow.
and he dances.
That
All right.
one tango.
I mean, I think he just ate the wrong tree. He wanted to cut out of that one.
I don't think he ate the wrong tree. That was the play. What else is he supposed to eat?
No, there's one tree that you could eat just like
No,
you
you
just
need
exit
2.
it.
You need 2.
No, you eating the wrong tree, dude.
What? You need 2.
Ben Wu. Do you need 2? Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably
you need 2.
Okay, all right.
Do you play mid?
I do not play
Okay,
mid.
then how do you know that there's 1? On that far left, it's 2.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I've tried a lot of different options, but I'm pretty sure that the minimum trees required, least common denominator.
All right,
of
we'll
trees
we'll
is
go
2.
into a lobby, and for signs.
If any can tweet at Lumi a 1 tree on the
I
left
will tweet the
side.
picture if it's one tree.
Okay,
All right.
excellent. Bet concluded.
This is
Kaka with a DD.
okay.
Stolen.
The one thing that I really like watching Burning's Weaver, which has spread to like other Chinese Weavers, that sometimes he like sacrifices his own farm just to make sure he zones out the offlaner, and then goes back to get more farm. Top lane, XSS, getting getting brewed on, I guess.
Mugi set that kill up. He midnight pulsed the creeps, except Mugi went to the south side of the creeps. So in order to try and drag Mugi into the midnight pulse, he went around to the right side and to the north, which allowed Faith to shackle him. So well played by
Ooh, they're not
Mugi.
done yet. Kaka still got the DD. Comes around, Burrow Strike, give him the hit.
Oh no.
Got the shackle again.
That's
feels
the worst type
bad.
of death.
That is the most value metamorphosis I've seen. As value as the ice cream that we had. What was it called? Value time?
Something like that.
Value time cookie and cream ice cream.
That was very value. And the DD was pretty value too.
Yeah.
You would think that would have been communicated. It's like, oh, watch out.
Middle lanes.
He has DD.
Kaka does not get the burrow strike off.
Also, XSS does not know that there's fantastic vision for the side of Newbee on that top lane. 2 great observer wards that will scout out any sort of jungling or creeping that Enigma will do. But it wasn't the ultimate value. They did not get that conversion rate.
On the tower?
Nope.
I think teams should know that they're, yeah, Boboka goes for the D ward. It's very common to do those kind of wraparound play because Enigma is literally sitting like next to his tower constantly with the Eidolon, like, you know, denies and stuff.
If
so.
he has 6 Eidolons, it's a little threatening, but if he doesn't, then it's not scary at all.
Alright, Burrow Strike here on OP. Does have the infused range rupture. And then also the magic one. Hard kill.
But how much damage is he going to get on the tower? How many hits does it take to bring down a T1?
A lot. And he's not even hitting this tower right now. So.
But he will get value out of this dragon form.
That movement speed. That's Dragonite side hustle, being a dragon. Sometimes.
Isn't that his main hustle? It's in his name.
He can't be a main hustle because you're only doing it sometimes, right?
Well, but what about being a human?
That's his main hustle. He's constantly a human.
Okay, he's getting that value hit.
There you go.
That corrosive breath. That is value. 1 hit for 100 damage. Extra damage, mind you. Get 1 more hit. Get the value. No. OP.
Gotta stay safe sometimes.
Yeah. That would enable his side hustle. Living. So we haven't spoken too much about KP. KP's been mad quiet after the first blood attempt.
He's not CSing too well. In fact, Weaver has, like I mentioned, zoned him out pretty hard. I think forced him to walk back to base at least once. Bernie's getting a ton of denies.
Yep. They also, Omni Knight, I'm not sure how much he can actually do this game. Repelled Ember is not super scary. Boca.
Alright, point does hit, but Burrow Strike will connect. Heal's gonna come through, but I don't think it will be enough. Black Hole is available, but where's the damage? It comes from Bernie. Nice TP back in, and there's gonna be a double kill. I think he wanted to time lapse back to the bottom lane. Didn't get that off. That was unfortunate.
How unfortunate, but Boca's like, oh,
Light of heaven.
for me.
On the case again. That is his side hustle, pinging shrines while casting Dota.
You would think that he'd be muted by you by now.
I think it's more fun to point out every time that he does do it.
He does it only once a game though, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is his real life taunt to me. Point flying out. Boboka looks like he will go down once again.
Oh!
I think he's still there. All right.
Still, that's the best he could have done in that situation.
Make him take a couple of tower shots.
Yep.
So you were making a point about the Omni Knight. I think he's more picked for just the mid game, just repelling the Terrorblade.
Does Terrorblade need to be repelled? I don't think he does. He just heals.
Against this team?
I'm just thinking like what other offlane would have offered more and why they picked the Omni Knight over other offlaners.
They picked it. Was it before or after the Weaver?
Third.
I think the Weaver came after it, right? Yeah, the Weaver pick to me countered it pretty hard. Like one of the really nice thing about Omni pick is sometimes you get that matchup where you bully the safe lane as an offlaner, but this game is not the case.
He also didn't get a poor man shield, which makes it much tougher to deal with him. Well, another metamorphosis, another tower being beat on.
Is it beat on or beaten on?
Being beat?
Beaten?
Beaten on? Are they actually gonna get this tower?
Yo,
though?
but top though, you see this?
Yeah.
Enigma's like pushing faster with the Eidolon.
This is without a Blightstone on either Weaver or the Enigma.
Yeah. Not having on the Weaver surprises me. You know what the problem is? Faith is not level 6. Had they just dropped the Serpent Wards, they probably take the mid tower and then defend the top. Look at top, man. It's down to like 10% health. Good stuff here by IG. They did lose the quote-unquote more important tower mid, but you know.
I think it's more important. I'd rather have the mid T1 up than the top T2.
Yeah.
because of the Shrine. I think Shrine is a good replacement pseudo
Sure.
tower of sorts. It's a side hustle being a T2. That's Shrine side hustle.
All right, now we're just stretching the side hustle a bit.
But what else can a Shrine do?
Get pinged by Live Heaven. That is its side hustle.
Oh, man.
All right, Faith level 6. Let's go.
I think he can swing and get top tower easily. Top tower about half HP.
So far, I'm very impressed with the way that Mugi has used his meta. Conversion rate is quite high, one would say.
I agree. I wonder if anyone's going to get a Blightstone on Newbee. Blightstone with all this physical damage coming out from Shaman and Terrorblade, it seems like such a waste to not have any minus armor. Also, Medallion on Shadow Shaman when you're doing Roche is incredibly important.
Yep.
We have seen a lot of the Chinese Shadow Shamans, they go for Arcanes into straight Scepter. That's the DDC build. Faith, probably not rich enough.
It depends
go
on
for
how
such
many of
blood
these
furies.
tower last hits he does get.
But even so, he's still not going to be able to farm that much just because like his team just does not care about Faith's farm, ever.
Feels bad, man.
But maybe it's time for things to change. Maybe he can get a Midas this game. Maybe he just goes for
No,
Medallion and call it a day.
I mean, let's be real. Like, you want Kaka to get Blink, right? That's more important than...
Definitely. But what about after that? Because Kaka can still farm out lanes. He can farm out in like very dangerous positions, whereas Faith, not really. If you get jumped, you're just dead.
I mean, even after the Blink on Kaka, I still like him to have a Force Staff. It's going to be pretty much up to him to cancel that Black Hole, you know, pre-BKB.
Yep.
So,
You're correct.
I like him having a lot of mobility.
Let's see Faith if he can get this tower. Maybe he doesn't have to use the wards, but XSS making it much more difficult with the Eidolon creep pool. He's getting a little bit greedy here trying to do it. But when you see all of IG down on the bottom lane, is it worth it?
All right, we got Ember teleporting back, trying to slow down this push. Top tower. Last hit. We're looking at it. Oh, XSS coming back in. Oh, it's going to get denied. Should have just dropped the ward. Faith is going to TP out. He's going to get a cancel. He is dead. And now Kaka. Ooh. All right. That
Yeah.
is some juke.
I think it was extremely greedy for him to just not drop wards. Like, you could have just been in and out. You would have gotten a tower at the very least. But now he dies, and what is he going to use wards for now? He'd probably be at like 1,000 gold if he had dropped wards. Yeah, you would have fed some away, but you also help out your team a lot more that way. Provoka.
All right, can we get the chain? No mana for the chain. Doesn't need it. They're going to just run him down. Converting even before the... Ooh, nice dodge on the Dragon Tail. Converting before the Blink Dagger pickup. Kaka being at the right place at the right time.
Let the farm begin. Midas Enigma.
There has been a lot of pushing overall going on. This is not a passive game by any means.
It's passive in the sense that they're not
Uh-oh.
fighting.
Burning? I think he did. Wait, time ups? Oh, that was close.
That was a pretty slow ether shot coming out afterwards. Oh, mid lane eyeing up OP. Q has not had an opportunity to use that good old rock yet. What do you think Faith builds this game? He actually has a fair amount of gold after that.
I like Serpent Ward's upgrade.
You like the axe?
Yeah. I guess Medallion's nice for taking the Roche. And nobody really will have the time to build it, apart from him, so there's that too. Glimmer Cape also is very nice against like Kunkka Initiation.
What if he wants a blink so he can follow up on Weaver? Because Weaver is going for Diffusal first. They saw the Robe of the Magi a long time ago on him, so they
I think you have Ember and Sand King. That should be enough for the
fair enough.
Shadow Shaman to walk in. And the
Yeah,
downside Blink is just like so squishy. He goes Earn. Alright.
Oh, they have the Observer War on the top lane. They catch sight of Enigma. This could be a fight for them to take, but no one is in position.
And tower was too low. The DK side hustle earlier was able to take it low. Oh my god, the burst looking pretty good. There's a rock with the War Trap by Faith! Don't need Blink Dagger for that, man. The raw skill. Heard you mouthing about him.
Yep.
It's like, I'm a TI champ, dude.
He is a TI champion.
I could War Trap sometimes.
That was pretty slick.
Yeah.
And he got those value 2 Earth charges after picking it up.
Not even going base, man. Just the base shrine. Alright. This is a kill.
Diffusal first. Very good versus Ember Spirit.
Guardian Angel, I guess, is the bigger thing.
Good versus Guardian Angel. I would say is probably just to make Ember's effectiveness very limited. If Ember can't run in, they're going to have damage issues.
Yeah. I think Burning Shop this game is not really fighting from the front because I feel like he is going to get outgunned by the Terrorblade. So a lot of time he is going to just have to like swoop in from the back and, you know, cut down the Shaman. You know, make Omni Knight's positioning a little bit harder, stuff like that. And I think Diffusal really helps with that kind of playstyle.
Especially if you have Rock to back you up. He might be worried about like getting Hex in the Shackle, but if you have Rock to back you up, you can almost always pout Time Lapse and cause even more issues. There is a Smoke. Mugi opts to just right-click the Ancients instead. OP. Straight Treads, bro! Oh.
You think Strength Treads would have made a difference? You would have tanked all of that again?
Yo, every little bit counts.
Alright.
It would have bought maybe half a second more, which sometimes is all the difference in between like that and a Roche kill, you know? You gotta go for optimum plays, man.
Okay. Well, he did go for the optimum play, switching it to into Casa Fire Breathe, but didn't have the second optimal play. It's like LD using the wrong finger to point, you know? Just gotta go with the longer middle finger.
He did die faster, so he can get back to farming faster.
Multiple layers.
Multiple layers.
We were not deep enough.
Team efficiency wise, though.
It looks like he wasn't punished for dying on Intreads, as there is no Roche attempt yet for Newbee.
They'd have to blow meta to do it, but fighting in a black hole and Brock around the pit, especially upheaval. They don't know that Warlock doesn't have any skill points in upheaval, but that spell is baller around the Roche pit. Dang, Q with the D-Ward. Sick.
Q knows. I think
oh, there is a medallion. It's on Omni Knight.
Okay, not something you see too often. Once in a while.
This game. Yeah. He needs armor. He doesn't need Greaves. There's not that many debuffs to dispel. Mainly just, what, Malefice? Pretty underwhelming. So
I feel like if you're in a game where you don't need Greaves, getting that Midas could be like pretty big, like extending into the mid and late game, but
I think it's also important to get Roche, though. I think if you go for Midas and your team doesn't get Roche because of it, you just like your team hates you.
I mean, I just think you tell Faves, like, you know, buy a Blightstone with wards and Metamorphosis. That should be enough, right?
Ideally. But every little bit counts, dude. Just like switching to them Strength Treads.
Okay.
They are smoking again. Faith, SECC, and Kaka going in. For whom?
I don't like that they're showing Omni Knight with the medallion top, because now IG knows Roche is not happening.
Well, they do have that ward and
gets a kill on you.
Oh! That went.
X-Torrent Blow flying out here against the Sand King. They're going to try to take him down, but detection a little bit late. Kaka will get healed up. Repel is going to be there as well. Meanwhile, double Remnant on the back line extends the kill streak to a double kill. Burrow Strike coming up. They might get a triple here against OP. The Rock is going to be there, but more so a defensive one as Dragon Knight is going to get Shackle after the Rock. Triple kill for SC. We knew he has some intense gazes with his eyes, but now he's looking at IG be like, bruh, where you at?
Well, they decided to fight when Black Hole was down. I guess they were already there, so like they like might as well.
Yeah.
But
and that team fight is exactly what I mean about like Warlock just being late, you know?
That's true.
Because I think if you wanted to really get off a good he could have TP'd the Shrine. You know, it might have been like...
He had to anticipate it, though. Yet, I think the only way they win that fight is they actually stop Enigma from dying. He gets a Black Hole off and then they turn it around.
Right.
But no one was there to save him. They're having a lot of trouble anticipating the games because of the threat of the Roche. I think this is why Shadow Shaman can be first picked a lot of times. It's like anytime they could be Roshing. It doesn't matter if they have a medallion or not. They could still be Roshing. I don't think that the option is available to IG, for example. With a position 5 Warlock, who cares that they're roaching? Like, they would be taking it so slowly, and you would get a heads up if they're like building Medallion or anything of the sort. But Newbee get a huge lead off of that.
Yeah. The best thing that IG could do in terms of the Roshan strategy is to just like push out waves and just prevent Rosh from happening with like Blink Black Hole or something. They can't actively take it very quickly, at least not at this point.
Yeah, the only scout that they have for it is the Eidolons from Enigma, but he has not really been spreading out his Eidolons, instead focusing more on his farm. Yep. Once he gets BKB Blink, there is no stopping that black hole.
Gotta get him before he comes in, or spread out.
Actually, Terrorblade can kill him. Terrorblade, if he's outside
just right-click
of it,
him?
yeah, just right-click him down.
Okay. And Terrorblade does have that Dragonlance, so he does have the tiny bit of extra range.
Wow, he's very farmed. He has a Manta already, too.
That conversion rate, man. 1 meta, 1 tower.
And now Ember is a lot less scared now that he has Aegis, pretty much free cruise control to Linken's. Do you ever use cruise control?
Cruise control.
It's that setting on your car where
Yeah.
it automatically...
It seems very dangerous to me. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I just, you know, want to be in control of my car, you know?
So are you against self-driving cars?
No. Well, actually, if everybody is on self-driving cars where computers, you know, all optimize and shit, yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But then if you have some plebs not on it, then, you know, who knows what's going to happen.
Some blows, but you might not be in control, dude.
Yeah, but I'm giving control to something that's like driving better than me, right? Cruise control, you're just keeping a constant mile per hour. I don't know if that's better than me. It might be. It might be, but I don't feel like it is.
It's conversion rate. They don't even need meta
Yeah,
for
they
this.
even meta for that. That was just, you know. Top lane. Burning. Oh, time lapse. And a purge, forcing out the zoom away. So what do you think about DK, particularly in this tournament? Because I feels like every time I see DK, he just loses the lane. I've seen it twice versus Quap, got dumpster both time. This time, I guess it's more like Kaka just doing a good job roaming onto him, but I feel like DK is also pretty lackluster.
He's not bad. I just think you need a lineup where you're going to group up and push. I think if you want to group up and push, you need a mech on the Enigma early, but they're playing it a little bit differently. They're playing it more for the late game into the unstoppable Blink BKB Refresher Auxiliary Enigma. However, I don't know if they're going to get there, and it might cost them the game going for this decision to not group up and push. So yeah. I think if they wanted to play more casually, laid back on their side of the map, they can either go for a more aggressive mid laner that can create space so the Enigma can farm, or go the other way, go more passive so that your team's on the same page where you're okay with sitting on your side of the map and farming, because that's what you're supposed to be doing the whole time. But DK is supposed to be pushing towers, which is kind of counterintuitive to the Enigma Midas first build.
I mean, DK, he can play like a temple variant, right, by picking up like the Blink Dagger or the Shadow Blade and look for fights. But
I mean, you see the way like VP plays Dragon Knight is completely different than this. They focus on his game a lot more and make sure that mid tower goes down in 10 minutes if no one's there, or even earlier than that. Yeah. And maybe like 12 to 14 if someone is there. They smoke gank that area a lot of the time. But this game, like Enigma's been pretty defensive, reactionary, not making very aggressive maneuvers, and people are just dying without much recourse.
All right, Warlock gets picked off here. Not the longest respawn time, so he should be back for this base siege.
But it's another tower down. This is without meta and without wars, and with both of them up at least soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good base defense. Let's see if they could have to muster it. The abilities are not very well leveled. Boboka's only 10. Here comes the Dragon Form, but he's pretty much out of mana at this point. SC just creating space right now for Mugi. 5 seconds till the...
There's Blink BKB Black Hole up.
Yep. He's looking for it.
That would have been
for it. The bolt's gonna fly out here. Drum's gonna get popped. They're gonna X him up as well. SC getting control right now. They drop the sentry. Repel. Guardian Angel gets dropped out here on the back line. That's a black hole. That's on 2. You can see Mugi trying to right-click him down, but XSS has done his job. Here comes the Epicenter, but not doing that much damage. Burning on the back line, taking a ton. He will time-lapse back to about 40% HP. It looks like they have defended. I think critically, they have forced the Faith Ward dropped outside of the base. So no kind of residual damage onto the tier 3. A pretty good base defense. All they've lost is the first usage of the BKB Black Hole. Wait, it's not over just yet here. Multiple ports are coming back in. Faith looking to port out, but he is X'd. And he is dead.
I personally think that was a big wasted opportunity. You said that went like okay for IG. You know when Pomoka threw out the boat, that's where they expected a black hole. There was a 4-man black hole situation waiting for him right there. And he could have had it. And the thing is, if you only hit 3, you're not going to get canceled. You have BKB, and you have boat on you. You would have boat on you, so even if Terrorblade chunking into you, you still wouldn't die there. But I think that could have been like a 4-man wipe.
Ben is not impressed.
I also think that they were waiting for the Aegis to... I think there was some hesitation because he wasn't exactly sure of the Aegis timer, so maybe he was glancing upwards at the game time and wanted to make sure that the 5 minutes had elapsed, and then he just missed that brief window where it was a 4-man black hole.
I mean, I guess another way to look at it is you rather just get a 3-man black hole than, a 0-1, right? I think in the situation that he was in, just making sure he connects onto 2 is probably more important.
I'm saying his hole was good after the opportunity, but generally you're not given those opportunities as Enigma. Generally the teams are spread out so well that you'll see a brief instant for a 3-man, but usually it's just a 2-man. This situation was a brief instant for a 4-man, which is just so hard to pass up.
What did you think about Faith's decision to not drop the Serpent Ward on the high ground? Because I think Terrorblade did siege it for a good 10 seconds, right?
I didn't particularly like the way they sieged it. I think they should have just all went up the hill. I think Ember should have just run at them to waste the Aegis, and then I think that they dropped the wards and just sieged their tower.
Burrow Strike. Fuel Scepter is going to be there. Burrow Strike to follow things up. They have the immediate Hex, and now he is just dead. XSS does not have the Black Hole just yet. Bolt is also committed. So that means they won't have a lot of these big AoE tower defense. Rock's back up in a couple of seconds, but...
Wards are up.
All right, this is the best time to drop that ward.
No, they don't have a creep wave. They need this mid wave to be pushed in. And Ember is already doing it, and then they can siege this left side. Everyone else should be on that left side of the map. He does not have a remnant back, so he'd have to walk back, but still it is right outside that wave. Maybe,
Black hole. Black hole's up.
This is it.
Yeah, ward's going to be there. Burrow Strike. There's a Hex here. And now what a... Well, there's an illusion on XSS, so there's no blinking forward. Tier 3 is already gone. Mugi just zoning people away, allowing the wards to actually chip away at the melee racks. XSS still looking for a good one. Great Midnight Pole is just zoning away Mugi, and now they can perhaps focus down the wards. Still, the wards are just being ignored right now. SE going on XSS, preventing the Blink Black Hole from coming out. XSS, again, trying to walk in, but SC just kind of... hounding him. He could never get off that blink.
Great melee racks. Siege. I think that's what they should have done the first time and have Ember even way more up there than before. Worst that happens is your Ember dies with Aegis and you pretty much get free 5 seconds on the racks while they wait for it to respawn.
Right.
But this siege was much better for them. Also, XSS did not use a smoke. I think you had to solo smoke the Enigma over there or else you're just going to get hit by random stuff.
Yep.
Like Slide. He got hit by Reflection that time too. But another big problem is they have no one to go in. Dragon Knight tried to, but DK does not care about just a DK. Or yeah, TV does not care about just a DK. TV has Scotty? What?
I mean, that conversion rate has allowed him to get a lot of tower hits. He's only 3-0-3, but a lot of CS.
His building damage is where it's at. Yep. Here we go, 5-man smoke.
Has a black hole, well, they have everything, so they need to actually convert into a big kill and get a tower or two off of this. Burning on the run. They do have to blink Dragon Knight, so SE. Oh, but the jump away, he has a link in as well. In fact, it's going to be a 2-man chain. Burrow Strike on just one. They just want to retreat. In fact, they don't really want to fight. Repel is going to be there, so no Torn follow, but XSS in a perfect location. Bing, BKB, Black Hole only finding one on the backline. Kaka just goes right in. There is going to be the rock, but where's the damage output from IG? It's a big cluster F here. Yule Scepter onto the Sand King on the backline. Dragon Knight and Kunkka, they are leaving. And now it's going to be Moogie just right-clicking away. Nobody dies. Rather, there was a 1 death here on Newbee, but he buys back. And the chase goes the other way. You use all of your big AoE ultimate. Newbee doesn't lose anybody. Rather, just the buyback, and now they're going to just run the other direction. It could be a second lane of Rax.
Yeah, I think this 2-minute cooldown on Black Hole is going to be the death of them. This Metamorphosis is only halfway cooldown, so still a good 20 seconds left with the Shadow Shaman Wards. I don't really see how they can defend this.
Yo, I like that Dominance Ward. Just hug that building, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and now SC doing the exact thing that you mentioned. Just like get in there, be aggressive. It doesn't matter if he dies because on the back line, his team is taking the objective. Kaka also playing aggressive right now. Moogie in the front line. So far, haven't even really need to Sunder because he was just not even like scared of dying, not even close to dying. They get the melee. The wards are, well, maybe Moogie might be in a little bit of trouble. He gets Zoom back in. Gonna try to focus him down. There's that Sunder, back to full HP. Guardian Angel is back here, but they do have the Diffusal Blaze. So Birding, purging him up, trying to take him down. Burrow Strike on the back line, doing a lot of work. OP, popping that BKB, needs that Shrine to juice him back up. He's okay for now. Moogie in there for now as well. He has Force Staff, so he can actually retreat whenever he wants, but he's so tanky, he's doing so much. Burrow Strike onto C on the back line. Birding time lapses back to about half HP. Nice Torrent hitting 2. I think it's time for Newbee to retreat. In fact, they do force that back out. There's an X. They do get 1. That is the Sand King, and maybe they need to get a couple more. Faith walks away, and Moogie's now back in again. Casts a Reflection. They think they could win the team fight.
This is only with the help of 2 Shrines, though.
Yeah. OP walks forward. There is a little bit of late repel going forward. SC finds Burning. Burning's going to be dead here. He's dead for 50, and now they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Newbee moves forward, sees Q, gonna get right click down as well.
GG.
That Hanamitis did not pay off, and early GG call for IG.
That's probably the toughest part of that game, is playing Enigma and deciding how you're going to salvage your team, because you're pretty much the only one that can make plays. Like Weaver and DK, they can only do so much. They need a lot more items, and Enigma is the one that has the flexibility to actually help out the team so they can get past this really difficult early game. But Newbee, turns out they didn't actually care about the Enigma pick because they knew that XSS was probably going to go really slow and they could just push high ground with the Terrorblade and the Shadow Shaman very early on. So actually, it turns out that it was quite the draft coming out from them and quite the play. Omni Knight was more... He was played more like a Dazzle that game, like just kind of sustain people.
He's just the repel or the heal.
Repel. Yeah, like he didn't actually have to repel people to go ham, which is usually what you see. But that was cool.
So here's the thing, right? I could see IG winning this lineup, or winning with this lineup if it was the IG from DAC. Like, to me, the decision making, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. For example, that top fight next to Tier 2 where the Black Hole came out, and then he got canceled. He died, and then they kept fighting, right?
Well, yeah, they also had the Observer Ward. They had Observer Ward like right where the Enigma was, so they knew that there was no one behind them. There was no risk of a Warlock ulti coming in. So I don't know how Newbee got these like sick wards around the map. I think a lot of props to Faith, called him out early.
Faith,
but
man.
He actually delivered very well this game in terms of his ward play, his Observer Ward placement, I would say.
And that one ward trap.
And that one ward trap.
That one good play that Faith made. All right, guys, we are done for now. 1-up advantage here for Team Newbee. We got Game 2 coming up next. Hopefully, we're not going to get yet another 2-0. I could see IG bouncing back, but we'll see. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for Game 2.